Hi, and welcome to Three Questions With. Got my buddy Jay Haley with us. Going to talk a little bit about the importance of writing in this segment. Hey, Jay, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing, Kevin? It's nice to be here.
I'm just living the dream. Jay, I got to be honest with you. The hardest part of my business is writing. I was telling you when I wanted to build New England B2B's website, the woman who was working with me was like, okay, I just need content. Now, luckily, she had a writer friend who ran a chamber of commerce. So she knew what to say. But as soon as she said that, the project came to a halt. I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm not, right away we go into, I'm not a great writer, I'm afraid. And it would have held up the whole project. You must say
Yeah.
that all the time.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I feel that especially people writing for themselves, they want to be a little too humble, or they don't want to do the salesman part of it. But everything you read has some kind of sales aspect in it, and I feel that being able to, I've got an ego and I have a lot of humility. I feel I'm a very humble person, and I can also, when two people are arguing, I can see how they actually aren't at odds. They both want the same goal,
Yeah.
and the way in which to communicate the same idea and head that direction, I seem to have the ability to go those directions. So I think that being able to see what a person's goal is, look at them from the outside, and then contextualize that and put it into words that will both be humble, but also allow the fact that it is a salesman piece that you're trying to work on, is it's very powerful to be able to work that way.
Jay, just sometimes we dismiss the importance of it, and you can't, unfortunately, because what I've seen, and I've maybe been guilty of it once or twice, is I'm reading a piece, or maybe I'm going to buy a product, and Jay, there's two typos on the letter. And right away, people like, okay, if there's typos, it's not you made an honest mistake, Jay, it's you don't pay attention to detail. So I want
Yeah,
to buy this person. That's where
yeah.
we go. It's not like, hey, we've all, used the wrong tense of a verb or whatever. It's back attention to detail. I don't know if I want to hire this guy. It's really that important, right?
Yeah, it's funny. I just yesterday was checking out my Indeed, and the company that I do part-time safety management work for had posted a post, and they had a typo in there, your blank and your blank. And I highlighted it, took a screenshot of it, sent it to them, was like, hey, you guys caught that. And they've got a third party group that they're paying for to produce that type of stuff. And I just did it like, hey, you watch, check this out. But I feel that particular typo in itself is easy to lose. It's like, it was like, this company is your business, your other word, like something that meant, like, basically they married two sentences together and missed that second your. It's a very easy thing to read 100 times, but because of my work with AWAI, the Artists and Writers to write American Writers and Artists Institute. There's a lot of tools that they give you. And when you sign on, and I became a part of the Professional Writers Association, that gave me this big poster that has all these different little tidbits. It looks like a billboard with little pinned on things, and just these nice little things, and just little tricks, like reading your copy out loud. I mean, if they had done that, whoever posted that had just read it out loud, you would have caught it immediately. Reading it silently, and because you're the one who wrote it, you'll write form and read from every single time until you say it out loud, and then you're like, oh wait, that's the word form, not the word from. So there's little tricks like that, but there's also some nice little online tools that I use personally that, after I've done all those things, even every little step, and if I can't have somebody even else read my piece before it comes to me, because usually it's my wife, and sometimes she's a little too critical because she's an English major, so graduate degree English. So basically, I've got some online tools you can throw the whole thing in, and it'll catch some of those things that even that you wouldn't even, some grammar type things, and even being able to kind of reduce the education level a little bit, because sometimes writing at a 10th grade level, writing at a 12th grade level isn't really what your audience needs. You need the 5th grade level, big words, lots of adverbs, things like that aren't quite as necessary. And then after you get through all that, then you can start looking up, there's other tools to find keywords and things like that for the particular business. And then you can work those types of things in order to increase the, the search engine optimization of your piece. If that's what the product really is for. If it's for web marketing, advertising is kind of a different scenario, of course.
So Jay, what type of projects can you help people with? Is there anything you're looking to specialize in?
Well, through the courses that I took, they kind of, pushed me to go towards a niche, and my niche was more of what I'm coming from. And I'm coming from being a safety officer, working in small scale manufacturing. So I understand processes and tools. And so, I'm definitely have that under my belt. But being an artist and art administrator for many years, helping run arts galleries and art studios, I'm really open. I have right now 2 of my clients. One's a realtor and one's a wellness Chinese medicine guy. And we're just kind of creating content. The realtor is doing a blog that is local businesses and interviews local businesses, and the similar thing that you're doing. And so I'm helping write what the business is about, what they're doing right now because of COVID. So I'm bringing kind of my safety concept in there, and then we're transcribing the video. So that becomes content that goes onto her page that helps bring in not only people, but also the search engines can find that type of stuff. And so, she's really working hard to kind of create a network of information that will be found, but then also make sure that it is of quality, that it has a good voice, that it's fun to read. In a way, and informative, so that the people get satisfied. So there's kind of two beasts you're working with there. One is, do the machines read you? Do the people read you? And being able to balance those things together, I think, is really important. But I personally, my main goal is, I want to eventually write fun, creative, crazy things. I want to tell people the craziest stuff on the planet, like even go off on the pros, talk about centaurs putting on deodorant, like get as weird as possible. But I also have been a safety officer. I've been writing plans. If you need a QR code to scan before you come into your workplace and have a form that you go through and you answer a series of questions that are regulated by the state as to what it is that they need you to be answering before you can walk in on premises. I have right now even a templated type of version of one of those that I'm trying to get out right now as to like a freebie you could get through my website. You could at least like sign in on it, and then we can help edit it to make it personally for you. But that's a nice little stepping stone to get in there. So I go from as serious can be, safety, don't hurt yourself, I don't want people to die, to centaurs and rainbows. So I want to have a good time with it too.
Jay, you brought up a great point though, content, because that's really important for all of us, and it's something we struggle with, because we don't know what to write about. So like every day I try to do a networking tip. Now, luckily I wrote a book on networking, so I can open up the book and go, what page am I on? What's the next tip? But after a while, I've done them all. You're like, all right, which ones are worth doing again? But so what happens is we mean well, and then we get busy, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing we stop doing is those extras. Well, no one's watching the video anyway, and no one's reading my blog post. I'm just going to skip it. And then, we see business slow down. So consistency on the content is important, right?
I definitely, and some of the systems that I've been working with right now, that I've partnered with, can give you that schedulability. And one thing that I've been kind of running into too, which is, because even myself, I've got limited time, but there's ways in which you can create your scheduled content production system to curate other stuff that's out there. So, whether it comes from me or I'm helping you log into a thing, that then a system that will help you curate stuff that's already out there, like regurgitating those things is very important. So, it's all about that regularity. So, my view and what, for, if you're an advertising agency, if you're already understand a lot of that type of stuff, then like I'm your content guy, like I'm here to write whatever you want to write and I'll shove it your way. But if you're a small to medium business, you need to kind of have tools that I don't necessarily, and you don't necessarily have the time to do. So you schedule out these kind of regurgitation, this curated information. And then in between there comes your live stuff, your personal stuff. And then as you do that, you can start getting your analytics from it. You can find out what is engaging. And so you can kind of time it in a way. So the things that are just meant to keep the search engines alive and know that you're relevant is going. And the moment when you want your impactful information to come out, when you want your face, you want your personal self there, then those things come out on those times. And it takes a little while to get all that information together, and it can get pretty vast. And so personally, I like having being able to be a bit of a one-stop shop. I do have a lot of education in social media content and viral marketing and just bringing all that together. But I also, just love writing the written word. So, I'm definitely game for working with, pretty much anybody that's out there.
Awesome. Jay, how do people reach out to you? How do they learn more?
You can go to jhaleyWrites.com. That's just JHALEYWRITES.com. And through there, you can go to find my Facebook, Twitter, I believe is in there too, and link up through that too. I'm pretty sure my handle on Facebook and even LinkedIn is all J Haley Writes, and even Twitter across the board. And that's probably one of the best ways to reach out to me.
Jay, I really appreciate taking a few minutes to jump on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.